Welcome back. This is SeeWing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. I like to take this opportunity on an apple-to-apple comparison, compare the co-living investment model against short-term rental Airbnb, mid-term rentals, 30 plus day stays, and the traditional long-term rental. Okay, so with that in mind, let me share my screen. This will be short and sweet. Okay. Uh, what I mean by that, short and sweet? Well, let's find out. All right, let's do some comparison. Co-living versus short-term rental Airbnb versus long-term rental, traditional rentals that's been existing for decades. All right. So uh, I'm like I said, apple to apple comparison. In terms of revenue, co-living is 2 or 3 times the market rent. Well, probably even more. I'm going to show you a real example of our co-living investment property that we are promoting. So just hold tight. Okay. Yeah. Co-living revenue wise, gross profit wise, the rent, right? Which is probably way more than 2 or 3 times. Now, with Airbnb is seasonal fluctuations. Sometimes, depending on the type of short-term rental, could be seasonal. It all depends. But yeah, the location. If the Airbnb is located in a summer or winter destination in somewhere in the Colorado or Tennessee or somewhere, it's just yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Traditional rental market rent is, there's a ceiling, right? It's capped at a certain ceiling based on, the type of property and what have you. So that's a revenue component. Occupancy, co-living is high. It's a stable occupancy. In fact, I will share that with you. Our co-living model that we are talking, that when we are constructing or new construction, and based on operating experience so far, our typical co-living property have around 95% occupancy rate, and there's 1% evictions rate. And even if somebody gets evicted for whatever reason, we spend like couple $100 cleaning the bedroom and a bathroom and re-rent the property out within 2 to 3 weeks at the most through our marketing partner, Pad Split. So it's pretty easy to re-rent the property because our, you know, our model have 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom ratio, which is amazing. Like all the workforce tenants, they love this type of ratio, which most other co-living properties out there uh, in the marketplace are they do not compare because most other co-living properties are renovated from a traditional rental perspective and from a 3 bedroom, 2 bath into like a 8 bedroom, 2 bath. So if we have an 8 to 2 ratio, a tenant potentially or sharing a bathroom with 3 or 4 other tenants in that co-living house. So not a good situation, right? I'm sure you agree. So yeah, so occupancy, like I said, 95% typical occupancy. And our tenants, our members, they stay typically 6 to 9 months or oftentimes a lot longer. So it's pretty much equal to long-term rental stay, right? Long-term rental is a year, 2 years at a time on a traditional long-term rental. But hey, even though our tenants they pay by the week, they pay pass split, collect the rent on a weekly basis, and the contract that the tenant signs for our co-living properties, they sign to have a minimal stay of 3 months. Oftentimes they say a lot longer. So yeah, and the vacancy rate is very, very low. If we have 1 or 2 uh, 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 units are vacant in any given time, our investors, the owner, still cash flow, right? Whereas a traditional rental, no, if the family tenant leaves, you have a vacancy, 1, 2, maybe even 3%, and you're not collecting any rent whatsoever. So you can be paying thousands of dollars of your mortgage payment, taxes, insurance, everything else, and your house is vacant on a traditional model, similar to what Airbnb, right? Short-term rental, right? You have a oftentimes you will have a period of a lot of vacancies and what have you. All right, so uh, as you can see right here, there's a Airbnb, there's a vacancy gap, and of course we already mentioned about the traditional rental. And the lease terms flexible by the room, of course. I already told you, our tenants, our members of a past split tenant contract that they sign, they sign a minimum of 3 months stay. So that's good. Very, 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 very flexible by the room. Airbnb, nightly, short term, right? And like I said, there's a lot of vacancies. So you have to factor that in terms of the numbers, in terms of the real return. And of course, traditional rentals are annual lease, right? And sometimes traditional renter, the tenant, they stay beyond 1 year lease. They renew for another annual lease. But sometimes on an annual lease, the long-term renter, they end up leaving before the year is over. That happens, right? So yeah. So property management, co-living, we use two type of property management. One is the past split. And of course, we pay them a fee to do all that, but I'm not going to disclose any details. So this is a very short video from a high level. So management, we use two companies. We use past split to do the getting the tenant, and past split pay tons of money to market the tenants for us, the operators, and they do a pretty good job. Within 30 days or so, a typical 7 room uh, house that we have typically are rented out within 30 to 45 days because we have a 1 bedroom to 1 bathroom ratio. So that's very, we have a new construction investment model, co-living model. So it's very, very desirable for the tenant. We charge premium rent for the simple fact that we have a 1 bedroom to 1 private bathroom ratio, which most co-living properties does not have, as I already alluded to you earlier. All right, so it's a very, very desirable rental situation, new construction, what have you. And then let me see what else. And then the yeah, of course, Airbnb oftentimes is a self-management, right? I mean, yeah, you could hire a property manager for the short-term rental, but sometimes they charge you 25% of your gross rent. Do you charge for those people? And so, and of course, traditional rental, yeah, you have some tenant issues as well. I mean, it's not that much on a traditional rental. It's pretty easy to run a traditional rental if you use a property manager. But if you self-manage a traditional rental, of course, you may run into problems. You have to create a second job. I mean, you want to do that. But personally, I don't want to deal with tenants and toilets. I'd rather have professional property management. So in terms of management with the co-living, we have a pass split to do the marketing, to do the rent collection. And we have a regular property. We could have a regular co-living property manager to do everything else, housekeeping, and cleaning the room, managing the tenants and the whole 9 yards, right? So very, very turnkey. Okay, you can do it remotely. You can as a owner landlord for the co-living. It's pretty much hands off. I mean, you don't need a second job. You just delegate everything to the team. So the community of co-living, uh, although initially you get the strangers moving in, 7 different strangers. Sometimes they socialize, sometimes they do not. But oftentimes you'd be surprised. Of course, uh, they share the kitchen and they share the common areas. And oftentimes they do congregate. They do have a built-in social model, if you will. So sometimes they get together and have a pizza night or something, or they play games. I mean, they play like chess or whatever, and they do hang out. Oftentimes, believe it or not. So we create a sense of a community in a co-living model. That initial seven strangers occupying each individual rooms, you'd be surprised. They do get along sometimes, oftentimes actually. So Airbnb, right? Your people coming in and out is also high turnover cost. Or Airbnb maintenance issues, and you have so many people coming in and out, so many guests coming in and out. Airbnb, there's a high cost of maintenance and upkeep and vacancy. Yeah, if you self-manage, yeah, it's like a second job you have to create for yourself. If you hire Airbnb property manager, they charge you a whopping 25%, eat up in all the vacancies and all the maintenance and all the restrictions. A lot of cities all over the country, they're gonna try to disallow Airbnb. We know the deal, but a lot of cities and counties, they welcome the co-living model. They want to open up because the workforce housing individuals, they need a place to stay. So and we're trying to the co-living operators out there. You're helping with this historic affordability crisis situation. All right. So again, traditional rentals, yeah, pretty much if you do a property management, yeah, it's a low engagement. You as a landlord pretty much will do nothing. Okay, the property manager does almost everything for you. So that's a traditional model. So, all right. So, now you see the pros and cons, but of course I'm biased because that's what we do. My company, Yee Real Estate Network, we are promoting. We also continue to promote turnkey cash flow, traditional rentals, 1 to 4 unit, single family home, all the way up to fourplex. We will continue to use this long-term rental model for the longest time. We've been doing it for more than 2 decades, but we're venturing into a new construction, turnkey, hands-off, co-living new model. So with that in mind, so we're gonna finalize this presentation with our iconic new build turnkey co-living model, which is best real estate asset class, no comparison to STR, MTR, traditional rental, whatever other real estate asset class out there. So this is my humble opinion, and we're doing very well. We have an operating experience. We have a track record of past investors who are using this two model as we speak. Right now, we are in Jacksonville, Florida, our new construction co-model, and this is our our operators, our landlords, our owner, if you will, to own these kind of units. They're doing well. So our one model is the single family home model, around 1,800 square foot, 7 bedrooms, seven private bathrooms, 1-to-1 ratio, 320K, you put 20 to 25% down payment. At the end of the day, we minus all the deductions. We minus your mortgage payment, your taxes, insurance, vacancies, and all the upkeep, all the expenses, right? You pay the utilities, you pay the water, you pay the internet, you pay the garbage collection, everything, right? And still you have a net cash flow of almost $2,000 and giving you this amazing capitalization rate of 13%, annual ROI at least 27%. I mean, this number will beat traditional long-term rental hands down 4 or 5 times the monthly cash flow. I mean, okay, on the single family home model here in Jacksonville, Florida. And in terms of Airbnb, yeah, we feel that way from an overall, though there are some uh, exceptions. There are, some people are killing it with a very, very unique, specific, tailor-made Airbnb model somewhere in the country. But most, short-term rental operators, they're not doing well, right? I mean, for the reasons I just stated. Uh, so so yeah, I feel that's how I feel. So this is single family home model, new construction, and then our second model is this amazing duplex, right? Brand new construction, 7 bedroom, 7 bathroom per unit. So 2 unit, two side, 1414, which is amazing, right? So 600 grand on this 4,000 square foot duplex, 2,000 square foot, one unit. As you see a floor plan, right? One unit is 7 bedroom, 7 bath. The other unit is 7 bedroom, 7 bath. Side by side is one house, is one duplex. Okay, so it's a multi-unit. Okay, anyway, and essentially at least $1,000 per room, at least $1,000 per room. And this is a very conservative underwriting because it's a 1-to-1 bed ratio. We can easily collect a little bit more than $1,000 per room per month, which is higher than our competing co-living properties, our competitors out there, who does not have a new construction situation, and they typically have like eight bedroom to 2 bath, or 8 bedroom or 9 bedroom to 3 bath. So you have 3 or 4 tenants sharing a bathroom. So those scenario, they cannot compete with our new construction purpose built co-living specific new construction model. All right. So anyway, the monthly net cash flow is a whopping 5 grand. I mean, can you beat that with any other real estate asset class? $5,000 monthly net cash flow to take into consideration all the vacancy, debt, mortgage payments and taxes, insurance and vacancies and maintenance and upkeep and whatever, right? And the cap rate like 16%. I mean, that's crazy. Annual ROI is 41, 42%. That's just crazy. All right. So hopefully I rest my case that our co-living new construction model, which is very rare. If you look at all the co-living properties spread across the entire country, and most metros have co-living properties. Most of them are renovated from a traditional rental, single family home, three bedroom, 2 bath, and becomes 8:2 ratio. Those older properties in other locations, they can't compete against our new model, okay, that we have. It's not easy to build new construction investment model. So to recap is, I feel, you try to contest me, try to debate me based on the numbers. Clearly, the returns on the new construction model that we just explained are better than short-term rental, better than mid-term rental, and better than long-term rental. So I rest my case, and that's what we're doing. And our investors are experiencing this amazing return. So they can achieve early retirement. They can scale this property. They can buy more. They can leverage more using financing, using to buy more, scale more, using the capitals and do a cash out refinance and use the rent cash flow, accumulate the monthly cash flow. In a couple of years, those accumulation of a net monthly high cash flow can buy them another property with 25% down payment. So anyway, you can scale your portfolio, accelerate your retirement, and still not necessarily need a second job. Okay, you still do whatever you need and not dealing with the tenants and toilets. I love it this way, so you can do the things that are important to you and not get bogged down with property management or managing your real estate portfolio. So you can free up your time. You still have time freedom to do whatever you want, travel all over the world like I've been doing. Anyway, thank you so much. This is SeeWing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also put your email into my website, yeerealestatenetwork.com. Or news, submit your email so you can become a free member of our real estate investment network of like-minded investors like yourself, so you can continue to receive free contents, free real estate investing opportunities and education through our network with your email. So you can receive weekly email updates into your email inbox several times per week. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hope you receive a lot of value from this presentation. And for those of you who are really motivated, who really want to do this kind of deals, contact me directly. My information is below. Thank you so much. This is SeeWing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the other side. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.